Lightning splits the bruised sky over Youngstown, Ohio, as 55-year-old welder Marcus Hawley hurls his thermos against the chain-link fence encircling the Harlan steel mill, the clang echoing like a final hammer blow. Shards of metal thermos scatter across cracked asphalt, mirroring the 450 lives shattered last month when the gates slammed shut forever. His 28 years of molten steel and midnight shifts reduced to a crumpled, permanently closed sign smeared with rain and regret. Blood trickles from his knuckles, mixing with puddles that swallow his wedding band, fallen in fury. His phone buzzes relentlessly, sons pleading, "Dad, the fridge is empty again." Wife sobbing, "Just come home, it's gone." No sirens wail, no crowds gather, just the howl of wind through hollow smokestacks, devouring the dreams he forged for them all. This isn't weather. It's wrath incarnate, the 2025 reckoning for 1.2 million blue-collar souls where 78000 manufacturing jobs vaporized since January beneath a 4.4% unemployment facade that conceals 6.2% agony in the Rust Belt's veins. Factories felled like dominoes in a game rigged for ghosts. As thunder roars approval, Marcus collapses to his knees in the downpour, fists pounding earth that once yielded his pride. Who the hell rebuilds when the builders break? Seize the storm, this mirage isn't haze. It's Holocaust, slowing growth to 119,000 September jobs, cloaking carnage in complacency. We'll ignite the inferno next, bearing the blaze of betrayal, the brutal rebirths, and the bloodied beacons ahead. That thunderclap crashes into chaos as fluorescent flickers pierce Detroit's derelict dawn, where 42-year-old machinist Carla Ruiz claws at the temp agency's locked door, her precision hands scarred from 2 decades of late dances pounding futile rhythms against the glass. The frenzy erupts. Ford's fortress fell last week, evicting 200 machinists in a midnight memo, fueling the 59-0 blue-collar butchery that plunged manufacturing into minus territory for the first time since 2020. 12,000 more mangled in August alone by the Department of Labor's damning dispatch. "I sculpted steel that spanned seas," Carla bellows to the booth's blank screen, veins bulging as algorithms spit irrelevant. 4.4% unemployment's velvet veil draping 14.3% oblivion for us oil-slicked outcasts. Durable goods 19,000 August Otzi, the freshest fatality. Panic peaks in Tulsa's tremor-torn Badlands. 48-year-old rigger Jamal Torres wrenching a wrench against a derelict Chevron derrick. The clang of war cry after 800 rig redundancies ripped his $1,800 lifeline, sinking with 42,000 goods sector graves since April's false dawn. Pumped the nation's pulse for pay dirt, Jamal roars into the rig's rusted echo, sweat stinging as Challenger chronicles 153,000 October executions, 21% pulverizing the proletariat in warehouses and weld shops. The cataclysm climaxes. Youngstown's yoke yields 50% of the yanked jobless for half a year per BLS. Buried Truths Construction's 19.0 September sputter smothered by mining's minus 0.9%. Mausoleum the Mirage, a monster as 37% of Mogul's Menace Massacre's blue-collar bulwarks blasted to bits. What if your wrench snaps in the silence and the fall never ends? Under that cataclysmic climax, Cataclysm claims the carcass, not cataclysms but the catatonic creep of callings cremated. Marcus's creeps in crevice-carved curses, knuckles knotted on the knee-soaked ground, hammered hope into highways. Sons schooled on shift stories, now 78,000 incinerated since January's jest. This 4.4% forgery fawns on fools, forsaking fathers fumbling fridges while fables flaunt flourish. The toxin torments in Carla's door-defying dirge. Dread distilled, lathed legacies for Leviathans. Yet Leviathans lunge away 59,000 skeletons stacked in 2025's slaughterhouse. Snarls and synthetics snatching the sanctum we sanctified. Venom at voids vending viable to vagrants. Jamal's jaundice in journal jabbed Jeremiads, jagged as jagged teeth. Rigged the Republic's rush, but 7.1% hallucination haunts my hearth. 42,000 hewn since spring's snare. Homesteads hemorrhaging like hides. Hating a harvest that hails highs from our husks. From foundry to fracking fields, 50% of forsaken fathers forego feasts, their gala geyser in garage gospels. The gouging of gallantry where 21% presage purges, lineages liquefied as 29% navigate nadir without nets. It's the rigger retailing rags at registers, the welder weaving woes in workshops, the machinist mending miseries and midnight malaise tribal torment of trades traded for trash. Yet from that catatonic creep, catharsis crackles, the courageous chisel of comebacks chiseled from char. Marcus's Mary's Might to Maple, Forge Frontier Fellowships fashioning fixtures from fallow. $700 monthly from flea markets. USDA's undergird uplifting 20% wages for 40% of the Forsaken. No flames, but fire, he affirms, adds assaulting ash. Sun sense survival stirring, Carlos calibrates circuits. Codecademy cascades to cyber machining. Capturing $52,000 in circuit-savvy contracts, EPI's elixir edging 25% echoes via evolution engines. Jamal's juggernauts to jewels. Tidal turbine tangles through trade tempests. $1,400 quarterly from Azure Accords AGC's alliances arching oil to oracles, recapturing 15% lapsed legacies per leap logics. These aren't anodynes. They're Arsenal's artisan armies and auto afterworlds, freelance forges filling 10 to 20% fissures via Upwork upheavals. Gallup's gospel gleaning 35% resurgence through trainer truces in the trough. Catharsis collides with colossi, too colossal for contrivance's visions, veer to vaults like vocational ventures vaulting 30%. Velocities for vocation vanguard, or outreach odysseys like Helm harnessing 80% harmonies and harsh headwinds. They nurture nexuses. Niche nexuses neutralizing 72,000 nemesis. Career carnivals catapulting 5.8% stutters. Or ethos evolutions where 76% frame fractures as forges, fomenting fellowship forges to fell 7.1% fevers. The nexus they nurture? Nobility reclaimed a nexus where riggers reclaim realms unraveled, where welders weld wonders without wraiths, where 4255 stand sovereign. As Marcus muses over embers, we wish for work that warms, not wilts where hands hold the horizon. If Marcus's metal-forged murmurs, Carla's convergence carved conviction, or Jamal's junction jolted journey jarred your Job's jagged edge, let that jar justice likes launch to light these losses, or lines and comments of the lever that's lifted your load lately. And if this Mirage's murmur mesmerizes, meld with the American Pulse menagerie subscribe, and sound the summons. We're not merely mirroring the mist, we're manifesting the momentum, one moving mosaic at a time. Mirages metastasize into mortgage maelstroms. Forthcoming on the American Pulse, we dissect mortgage madness, elevated rates eating 50% of incomes, fueling foreclosure fears. We'll weave through wards where wealth wanes, households a hair from havoc, the havoc you have here humming. Hasten back, heighten the heat.